All right, so today I kind of wanted to go over some pistols that I carry, how I carry them, because I don't really talk about it a whole lot. Let's just get right down to it. I figured I'd go ahead and start with my plainest pistol that I'll carry, and it's just a Glock 19 Gen 5. It's basically OEM. The only thing I've done to it is put an OEM slide stop slide release on here, right? And then I have this Overwatch Precision polymer trigger just to make the trigger pull a little bit nicer, but all the internals are OEM. I put some True Glow night sights on this because they were inexpensive, and I did just add a backplate instead of the polymer one. I figured that would be okay. I usually run 124 grain. I believe these are Spear 124 grain plus P Spear gold dots, which I do like to carry. And I put this in a holster. I really like to carry this when I'm looking for something a little lighter, a little less low profile. It's a really good carry gun. You can't go wrong with just a OEM stock bare bones pistol with nothing but irons. It'll work, and it's a lot easier to carry. All right, so going the complete opposite direction, I'll sometimes carry this when I like visit my family up in northern Wisconsin. My uncle has like a few hundred acres, no electricity. There's a cabin. He likes to hunt, and I'll take this up there because they do get black bear, and I think some brown bear will come around every now and then. But you know, I just like to carry this around on this is a chest rig from Northwest Retention Systems. It's been a really nice chest rig. I don't use it a whole lot since I don't have the need to carry a full-size Glock 40 in 10 millimeter. It holds 15 plus 1. I should probably get some extensions for it. These are, I think, like 180 grain critical duties, if I'm not mistaken. I should probably cycle this out. The CH Precision Plate, Holosun 507, Olight PL Pro Valkyrie, just because that's what I made the holster for. It's actually a really nice holster. You can see that. I put some Talon grips on it. Zev backplate, I believe. Yep. And I got some Trijicon suppressor height night sights on this as well. And I believe it's either an agency or a Zev trigger. I don't remember, but really nice trigger. It's a really nice piece. I picked a Glock 40 over a Glock 20 just for the velocity and stuff. So it's a little easier in the recoil aspect of things too. So because I fire full power loads of 10 millimeter out of this, and any performance with the recoil that I can give myself, I will do. All right, one gun I don't really carry a whole lot, but I can, is my P30L, and I'm thinking of getting a Landing Tactical optic plate and the Grey Ghost trigger kit done, but that's going to cost about $500. I would probably carry this a lot more if I did. It's a little bit large. It's definitely like more of a full size, especially with the magazine extension. This holds 20 rounds. I haven't really done anything to this pistol. It is basically stock. I just threw a Surefire X300 Turbo on here, an FDE, and it's got factory Meprolite night sights on this. It's a V1 LEM, so it's single double action. It's got an interesting trigger system. That's a terrible trigger pull there, but it's not really meant to be pulled there. Here's going to be the reset. It's just kind of a interesting trigger. It takes a little bit to get used to, but it's definitely a cool system. And then I can actually carry this, and this is a Filster Floodlight 2. It's just kind of nice. I'd have to mess with the retention a little bit to get it to really carry, but this is carryable. Right now I am running, what are these, 108 grade MHP, Norma MHP, jacketed hollow points. Not a bad round. Not a great round, but not a bad one either. This one I don't really showcase that much, but I do carry this, especially if it's definitely a lighter weight handgun. And this is my Ahrex Delta M. And I put an Olight PL Mini Valkyrie 2, and this is a Sig Sauer Romeo 0. It does not co-witness with the sights though. Just kind of a cheap build. I think I've built this whole thing, and I've got, you know, 4 magazines or so. This one holds 17, but just the flush ones hold 15. It's actually a little bit smaller profile than a Glock 19, and interestingly enough, this is a Glock 19 holster, but it will fit. It fits quite well, so that's why I carry it. Just if I don't know, if I feel like I want to carry something a little bit different. It's pretty thin, although when I compare it to the Glock, you don't really see how much different it is. It doesn't look all that much thinner, but in the hand, it feels a lot thinner. The thing that's kind of interesting about this, it's got a nice trigger in it. Like, it's got a very defined wall, and it's got a comically heavy trigger pull. According to my trigger pull gauge, here's a reset. Reset's pretty good. According to my trigger pull gauge, it's got like an 8-pound pull, but it really doesn't feel like 8 pounds. Like, it's very easy to break. So I don't know. I'll probably get a digital trigger gauge just to see if I can get a little different trigger pull. But according to my trigger pull gauge, it says it's an 8-pound trigger pull, which I'm kind of surprised. So I will carry this every now and then just because I have it and it fits into a holster. And that's Ahrex Delta M. It is OEM. There's not really that much aftermarket support for niche pistols like the Ahrex series. Like, and I have an Ahrex full-size Ahrex 01 CP and this Ahrex Delta M. I've had really good luck with Ahrex pistols. All right. Next gun I carry is a Glock 48 MOS. And I'll let me get them real quick. They're sitting right over here. I'll carry this with a Shield Arms mags. I've actually had decent reliability with the Shield Arms mags. I put a Holosun 407K on this, Streamlight TLR 7 sub. If I really want to bring a lot of capacity, I have a Shield Arms with a magazine extension. This will hold 20. Sometimes I'll just carry the 15, and this is a 14-round OEM capacity magazine. Right, and you can see what that looks like there. Like I said, Holosun 407K, 6MOA dot. I think these are like Angry Bear suppressor height sights. I've got a Tyrant backplate, Tyrant magazine release, a Tyrant magwell. I don't know who made the pins and the extended takedown lever. I have a Faxon barrel in this, and I put a different connector and Overwatch Precision tack trigger in this, and it's this trigger was terrible out of the box. I really felt like I had to do something to get it to feel like a decent trigger, and this is actually a very like softer shooting like micro pistol that I've built. Like, I've had a P365, P365 XL. I've had a 380 Bodyguard, the first one, not the new generation. Ruger LC9, a Ruger LCP. So I'm familiar with micro pistols, and granted, this isn't the 43X version. The 43X version would have a slide that came out to there. I kind of wanted a, I like longer slides. The recoil impulse on longer slides seem to be a little bit better. Plus, it's basically the same size, you know, height and length as a Glock 19. Which I carry Glock 19. So in my eyes, it's kind of training in the same standard platform as a Glock 19, since I run that a whole lot. I did put what are these? They're not Talon. It's just a stick-on grip panel. Not a big fan of the stick-on grip panels. This really doesn't offer that much traction. I just got it because I thought it looked cool. It doesn't hinder my ability to draw or to carry it, so I just keep it on there. But I do carry this in a really cheap holster. This is a We the People holster. it works, and I should get a better holster for this, but until the time being, this is what I utilize. And then got the We the People magazine carrier. I got magazine carriers for all these, but I figured I'd just show that, and that's my Glock 48 MOS. Next thing I carry, let's get some of this crap out of the way, is my Smith & Wesson M&P Metal. And I've been showcasing this one a lot recently because this is my my new favorite current firearm, just because it's new and I'm trying to run it and get relatively good with it. It's basically OEM. As far as like the internals and everything, the only thing I changed out with this is this Align Tactical thumb rest, which is really nice. The downside to something like a thumb rest is that holster compatibility is really kind of tough with it. The only holster that I can see that fits is going to be the Filster Floodlight, and then I have to loosen this all the way, these cords, which I'm not going to do right now, in order to fit it with the Align Tactical. It's not the most comfortable carry since it's a full size, so I typically carry this in like a shoulder bag or a sling bag or something, and I'll put it in inside the bag with the holster. Typically, if I carry it within like a fanny pack or a sling bag, I don't chamber around, just because I don't have a way to secure the holster inside the bag, so I don't want this coming loose and discharging a round. So I will have to rack it, but I figured it's probably better to have a pistol on you if you don't feel like actually, inside the waistbanding it. If you just want to keep one on you. If I usually carry that in a sling bag or something, I'll carry the pistol with a 17 rounds, and I'll carry like 3 extra mags with me, so I can carry a lot of ammunition that way, and it's not too bad. X300 turbo on this, tactical calculated kinetics dog tag with a Trijicon RMR. It's an RMR 06, which is the 3.25 dot. Let's see if I can't turn this up a little bit. There you go. I did buy suppressor height sights, but if you've watched my previous videos, you'll notice that it's very hard to install. And then I run a Federal 124 grain plus PHSTs in this particular platform. So, and that's the Smith & Wesson M&P Metal. Every now and then, I will carry a few different Glocks. This is a Glock 19 Gen 5. I've put quite a bit of work into this, although this is one of the cheaper Gucci builds that I've done. What can I say about this? Killer Innovations trigger, velocity trigger. The more I use this trigger, the more I really like it. It's really only the trigger shoe, though, to make it for the Gen 3, 4, and 5. This is Gen 5, obviously, but it's got a nice clean break. I've got a Killer Innovations Velocity barrel, Killer Innovations Velocity backplate. I believe these are Cross Armory pen set. I did do a chopped beaver tail on this. This is an OEM titanium nitrided slide stop slide release. Zafiri Precision, I forget, this is like the ZPS-3 or ZPS-4 slide. It's got a lot of lightning cuts in this. I put Trijicon suppressor height night sights on this, a Holosun 407C, an Olight PL2 Mini Valkyrie, Overwatch Precision, Have Blue Magwell, and I think that's everything that I can talk about it. Oh, I did put a titanium nitrided extractor, titanium nitrided depressor plunger, and I put a recoil spring. What is this? I think it's a 15 pound titanium nitrided or gold recoil spring. So I don't carry it a whole lot, and it'll fit into this holster here again. So this holster fits a lot of pistols, and I just carry this there. I do run MHPs in this because I like the recoil impulse of that particular cartridge in this. And this is, I always run OEM mags. This is Killer Innovations Velocity. Oh, this one's pretty tight here. Velocity magazine extension, holds +5 and stuff. So every now and then I will carry this. I actually really like this build. This is a Glock 19 Gen 5. I've done a lot of work to this one. Let's see, it's got a Norso slide, right? A Norso Reptile C slide. I Cerakoted all of it in OD green. I tried to gold accent everything that I could. Killer Innovations Velocity threaded barrel with a Safiri Precision thread protector. Tyrant Magwell, Tyrant ITTS Gen 5 trigger, Tyrant slide stop slide release, Tyrant backplate, Cross Armory magazine release. What else? I titanium nitrated everything, so the extractor, depressor, plunger, even the locking block is titanium nitrated right there. I put a 18-pound recoil spring that's gold in there as well. Streamlight TLR7A and a Holosun 508T with a Strike Industry suppressor height sights. I gold filled that front sight, which is good looking. Trigger pull's really quite nice on this. It's got a nice rolling brake. All the internals are basically OEM. Nice short reset, nice crisp trigger. Again, it's more of a rolling brake. Really smooth gun. It took me a while to get this gun to run right, especially after Cerakote, but it's a nice, smooth, semi-reliable handgun right now. Sometimes it has problems feeding some hollow points in it, so if I do carry this, I carry full metal jackets, which isn't ideal. Color filled a few OEM magazines. They don't hold up that well if you color fill them. And then it's an ARC Division. It's really a +3 or +4 extension, but it's the lowest profile extension on the market, I've noticed. ARC Division says it's supposed to be +5, but I cannot stick 5 rounds in this. So it's the Glock 19 Gen 5. I don't really carry this because I don't have a holster for it, but let's just go ahead and show it. This is a Glock 17 Gen 5. Talon grips, Olight Boulder Pro or something. So it's got the laser, the light, and laser light combo. Killer Innovations Velocity V1 slide. Safiri Precision. It's a nice polished barrel that's been crowned in the front. I don't know who made the front sight, but it's a fiber optic front sight in amber. It's Strike Industries suppressor height back sight, Tyrant backplate, Tyrant slide stop slide release, and Tyrant magwell, all in anodized red. Put a Holosun 507C and Wolf Gray to try to match it, but it doesn't match all that well. Talon grips are in gray. It's that sandpaper texture. I like the texture. I'll put an Overwatch Precision tack triggered in gray with a red safety, Strike Industries magazine release. And I think that's about it. Nice feeling handgun. So interesting build. I don't really, like I said, I don't really carry it, but it's more of a range toy. I built this to just kind of be a fun type build, and that's that. This is like either my duty pistol. I've got 4 Safariland holsters that will fit this pistol, but if I'm feeling real froggy, I can fit this in a We the People inside the waistband holster. And this will fit a lot of my Glocks. So I actually use this holster quite a bit. It's not the most comfortable, not the most low profile, not the best holster on the market, but the price is right. Right? I mainly use this as a duty pistol. It's like I've used like a 6360, 6393, Safariland, and in different colors and stuff. I have them on 4 different battle belts. It's a pretty nice build. I try to go with like a black and gray theme on this. First things first, OEM slide, OEM frame, Radian Ramjet and Afterburner, Radian Guardian for the sights. I put a Trijicon RMR 06 3.25 MOA dot with the gray Cerakote, takedown pins, takedown lever, slide stop, extended slide stop, slide release. I believe it's a Vickers Tacticals extended slide stop, slide release. Lockstep arms, gray backplate, Killer Innovations Gen 5 gray magwell, and Overwatch Precision tack trigger with a gray trigger shoe and a gold safety. Surefire X300 Ultra UA. Super nice trigger, super smooth action, great reset. It's just a great feeling gun in the hand. OEM magazine with a Tyrant +5 extension, so this holds 22 rounds. Mainly run just like Full Metal Jackets, just because I mainly train with this particular pistol. But the next two are going to apply the same way. I do carry this one quite a bit because I quite like it. Glock 19 Gen 5 with the Frank Castle custom stipple job. Dynamic Weapon Solution Reaper Mark III slide, Radian Ramjet and Afterburner comp, Trijicon SRO. This is an SRO 3, so it's a 5 MOA dot. I've got some blacked out rear sight with a really thin front sight. This is a, I believe it's a Zev dimpled backplate. OEM slide stop slide release. Cross Armory pin set and extended takedown lever, Surefire X300 Ultra B, Ranger Proof swag, Vex 3 trigger, super short reset, really nice, crisp break, one of the best feeling pistols. OEM mag with a Killer Innovations Velocity magazine extension and SLR Rifleworks magwell. This is my favorite magwell, but they're harder to find, a little more expensive too. But you can see how nice that looks, and that'll fit in all my Safariland holsters, and again that holster as well. So, and this one's basically almost the same build, except I didn't stipple the frame and I didn't send out the slide. This one runs an X300 Turbo B instead, and this one has an OEM OD Green slide stop slide release. It also has a Cerakoted Trijicon RMR in OD Green. It's got Cerakoted OD Green takedown pins and takedown lever, and then a Ranger Proof trigger that's been green. It's green Cerakoted with an anodized red trigger safety. I put an Overwatch Precision half blue magwell on this, and a Lockstep Arms backplate that's anodized in green. So, and then I'm running the OD Green OEM Glock mags with an ODA Green Shield Arms +5 magazine extension, running 135 grain, no, it's 124 grain or 135 grain critical duties in this particular build. Action's super sweet. Triggers pretty much the same as the previous Glock. And again, I'll run this in my Safariland holsters, and I'll carry this in this holster too. It also fits that that Filster Floodlight holster. So I've got a couple of options with that. I'm trying to get a Works holster because I really like Works holsters. I haven't tried any Tier 1 concealed, but man, the sidecar holsters, I'm not really a big fan of spending like $230 on a holster. So that's why I haven't got a Tier 1 holster set up yet. This next pistol is a Shadow Systems MR920L. It's all OEM except for the Trijicon SRO and anodized Coyote Brown on this. I'm running a Mod Light PL350 with an OKW light head, OEM mag with a shield arms magazine extension in mud brown. It's got the OEM plastic magwell, OEM magazine release, OEM slide stop slide release, OEM bronzed barrel, OEM recoil spring, OEM trigger. So pretty much OEM. Trigger's okay. It's a nice smooth system, and I'm running some cheaper ammunition in this. This is Remington UMC jacketed hollow points. Really good hollow points for the money. If you're looking for like a cheap, well-performing hollow point, I highly recommend those. I used to be able to pick up 1,000 rounds of this Remington UMC. I want to say for like $300. So they're almost the same price as Full Metal Jacket, but they perform really well for hollow points. So if you can find those Remington UMC 115 grains, they perform really well in a lot of different of my pistols. 115 grains, like a good all around weight, and they cycle relatively well. I haven't had any real feeding issues with that particular hollow point, and I don't know. I really like this pistol, and I do carry it. I have a Filster Floodlight 1 that I can carry this in. And if I really want to carry it, I'll just break out. I've got a few X300s that I'll just switch out, and I'll put it in a Safariland or another holster if I really want to carry it. I'd buy more of these Modlite PL350s. I actually quite like the light. The switches are something I need to get used to a little bit. But I like the light head. I like the profile because it's not really that much bigger than an X300, but slightly bigger. But Modlite doesn't keep the black ones in stock. I haven't seen a black one in stock in like 4 or 5 months. So if they had more in stock, I would probably buy some, especially this Black Friday. I actually quite like the PL350. So I would invest into that light platform a little bit more if Modlite could keep them in stock. And then, well, I forgot to show what holster I put this in. I put that in a Works holster, and I'll switch out different lights and stuff so I can carry different weapons and stuff. But this is a Works holster that for a Glock 19 platform with a Streamlight TLR7A. So that's a really nice holster. Got a nice satisfying click. I use this holster quite a bit. Comes with the claw and everything, so good little holster setup. Well, I forgot to show that particular holster. And then this last pistol, and these aren't all the pistols I own. These are just all the pistols that I'll carry every now and then. I just kind of wanted to do a little overview on that. And this is my Shadow Systems MR920L. I just used, it's a 920 frame. It's an older frame in Coyote Brown. I put a Gen 5 Arc Division reactor slide and barrel on this, so it's integrally comped or ported on the front. It's got like a chunk port on the front. You can see that right there. I put a Radian, compressor recoil spring in this, 15 pounds. It's a little softer shooting. I'll run Norma 85 grain MHPs on this because it's a really soft shooting, jacketed hollow point. I've got a Warren Dark Earth +5 magazine extension in this. It's an OEM trigger, OEM magazine release. I've put a OEM extended slide stop slide release for the Gen 3 and Gen 4 platform. It's an Olight PL Mini 2 Valkyrie and the Coyote Brown. I put a Trijicon RMR 06 in the anodized brown, Trijicon suppressor height night sights on this, Arc Division backplate, OEM Eternals, and like I said, this is a Gen 5 slide, so you can see how that safety plunger is a Gen 5. So it's all Gen 5 internals, and what's kind of nice is I can switch it out for if I really want to like switch up my carry stuff and carry this just butt naked. I can throw this on here and it works just fine. So And what's kind of nice is, even though this is a Gen 4 frame, this works very, very well. So I'll carry this just like this. I'll sometimes throw the Streamlight on there and use the Works holster, right? I like to carry it that way. But honestly, this this FDO holster, it works really well for this, and it's a little lower profile with the ability to run a spare magazine in it really easily. So I actually really like this holster, so that's why I invested into the Olight platform a little bit some years ago. And honestly, they're not bad for the money. People like to hate on Olight, but I haven't really had one fail. I had one fail out of the box, but Olight took care of it. And these PL Mini Valkyrie 2s are decent lights. If you're looking to save a little bit of money, like, I'm not going to show for Olight or anything, but they're decent lights for the money. Much cheaper than Streamlight, and about the same quality in my opinion. And yeah, that's my carry rotation. Let me know what you guys think, and thanks for watching.